So if you are new to the channel, I have a stack of patterns here curated by my son. He cut out all the photos. He blacked out anything that could possibly give away what the pattern is. We have no titles, no photos, no context. We just have the words. We'll know what it is whenever we're done, and we can reveal it. These patterns range from the Victorian era all the way up to the 1980s. All right, we're getting a little low on our patterns. We'll work this bowl till it's empty and then refill it. Okay, pattern number 8. There's 7, 9, and there is 8. And it comes to us from the 1960s. Okay. What do we need? Coates & Clark Red Heart Knitting Worsted. Okay, so that's going to be a worsted, 4-ply worsted weight, or number 4 worsted weight, and or an Aran weight. 1 ounce each of 848 Skipper Blue, 900 Melon, and a 1/3 ounce of each yellow, emerald green, turquoise, and pink. Hook size J, which will be a 6mm hook. Okay. All right, let me collect some colors. Okay, so here are all the colors, and I just went through all of my hooks from the 50s and 60s because I like to try to use a hook that matches the pattern, the era. Not one of them is a 6mm. I have 6.5 millimeters, 5.5 millimeters, so I am going to use a modern 6mm. Unfortunately, I really wanted to use one of my old 60s hooks here. Oh, just a moment. As far as colors go, I don't have turquoise, but I have this called turquoise, but my camera is making it look like a blue. In real life, it looks like turquoise. I don't know why the camera is making it look so blue. Maybe take a little of the light away. No, that doesn't help at all. Okay, I have the yellow. I don't have emerald green, so I'm going to be using this, which also looks a little more blue than it should. This is called Jade. I don't have melon, but I have coral. I don't know what Skipper Blue is, so I'm just going to go with this blue, cobalt blue, and then I have my pink. Okay, so we're going to start at center front with Skipper Blue. Okay. And it says to chain 2, work in stripe pattern as follows. All right, so let's start with a chain 2. Chain 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Get you down here a little bit. How did it get all dark? Okay, as follows. First row, right side, 3 single crochet in second chain from the hook. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, turn, second row, 2 single crochet in first single crochet. 1, 2, 3 single crochet in next. 1, 2, 3. 3 single crochet group made. 2 single crochet in last, and then it says to drop the blue. Okay, so I'm going to make 1 single crochet. Then I'm going to start a second single crochet, and what are we picking up? Drop the blue, draw yellow. Okay. Oh, that's drawing from the outside. Just a moment. Okay, draw yellow. All right. I'm just going to chain 1 to lock it in. Draw yellow, turn, third row, working through back loop of each single crochet only. Make 2 single crochet in the first single crochet. 1 single crochet in each single crochet to within center of the third single crochet group. 3 single in the center. Okay, so back loop only. 1, 2. My 3 single crochet group is right here. So 1, 2, and in that third one right here, I'll work 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, a single crochet to within in each to within last, 2 in the last, chain 1, turn. Okay, so 1, 2, and then I don't usually work in the back loop only on first and last stitch, but I'm gonna follow the pattern. 1, 2, chain 1 and turn. Okay. 4th row, working through both loops of each single crochet, work as for 3rd row, then pick up the blue and draw through the loop on the hook, break off color used on last row, and fasten. So break off the yellow. Okay. So now working through both loops, we work 2 to start, 1 in each stitch until we get to that center point, and that center stitch of the center 3 gets 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 single into each stitch going back down, 2 into the last. Then it said to pick up the blue. So 2 into the last, 1. Then I will complete the second one with the blue. And then it said to cut the last color used, so that will be the yellow. Okay. Okay, fasten, turn, repeat 3rd and 4th rows for pattern, making 2 rows each of blue, melon, blue, turquoise, blue, pink, blue, green, blue, yellow, and blue. At end of last row, break off yarn and fasten. Okay, so I'm going to hold that up. If you want to follow along, we're going to do 2 rows of each color. So it looks like blue is the main color, as it's, no, blue's not the main color. It's just repeated a lot. Okay, so right now we're going to repeat that last row we just did in blue. Then the next one will be the melon, then the blue again, turquoise, and turquoise, blue, pink, blue, green, blue, yellow, and blue. Okay. So now we work back loop only. So every other color, no, not every other color. Because it said to repeat 3rd and 4th rows. The 3rd row we did back loop only, didn't we? Row 3, yeah, row 3 works through back loop only. Then the next row will be repeat of row 4, which will be both loops. So every other row will be back loop only. So this row will be back loop only. And let's work 2 into that first stitch, not just 1. So there we go. 1 going all the way up to the point. Very interesting colors. colorful pattern. I love it. We don't get a lot of super colorful patterns on here. Okay, now in the point, we work 3. 1, 2, 3. Then working back down. Then into the last stitch, we work 2, chain 1, turn. Now working through both loops, the full stitch, put 2 into the first, 1 in each stitch going up to the point. Now into the point we work 3, 1, 2, 3, and then on the way back down. Two into the last stitch, but now we're going to change color. So that's 1 and 2, changing colors to melon. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with it. Okay. And now we work back loop only again. So pretty much every time you change color, it's a back loop only row. So yeah, that first new color row will always be your back loop only row. Then your second row in that same color will be your full stitch row. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do this off camera. Put 3 into that point. 1, 2, and 3. Back down. And I will hold that color list up for you one more time so that you know what colors should come next. Or you pick your own colors. Okay, last stitch gets 2, chain 1. Now we work into the full stitch. Yeah, I just really don't like working into the back loop only on last stitches. I hate it. So yeah, I'm gonna break the rules a little bit. I'm gonna work the full stitch on the beginning and the end of every row. It just looks better. Just looks better. See, look how messy that looks. It just doesn't look good. I just don't like it. Look at that. I don't like it. I'll keep that the way it is so you can see the difference. All right. I'm also not going to chain 1. I'm just going to turn. So now we work the full stitch. 2 into the first. 1 going all the way up to the point. Three into that center point stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 going back down into each stitch. And then 2 on the end, but now we're going to color change. Okay. We're going to color change back into the blue. So 1, and complete that one with the blue. Now this is supposed to be back loop only, but on the first stitch and the last stitch, I'm going to work through both loops. It's just better that way. Oh, seeing that stream across like that is going to bother me a little bit. But we can sew it in though. Okay. Now back loop only. So every time you change colors, that first new color row is back loop only. Again, I highly recommend, with the exception of your first and last stitch of each row, I would just work the full stitch. Okay, I will be back. Oh, let me show you that color. All right, we just did melon. Now we're doing blue again. Next will be turquoise, blue, then pink blue, green blue, yellow blue. Okay, that is the color list. I will be right back. Okay, all done. It did say to cut and weave in all ends, but we're not done yet. There's more pattern. Right there, it says at the end of last row, break off and fasten. Now work in rounds as follows. So not rows, but rounds. With right side facing and working across long edge, attach melon. Well, is this the long edge? Attach melon at point. First round, being careful to keep work flat. Slip stitch evenly across long edge. Working through back loop only of each single crochet, make 3 single crochet in next single crochet, working along next short edge. Okay, I do think that this is the long edge. Okay, so keeping the work front, this is the front, this is the back. So where you can see the ledges from working the back loop only, that is the front. All right, so let's attach melon. Of course, I have coral instead of melon. It said to attach at one point. So I'm just going to put it in this single crochet right here on the very end. And look, you can see the difference of working through just one loop and through back loop and then working through both loops. It really does clean it up. It's really nice. Okay, so working one slip stitch all along the edge. It said making sure to keep it flat. So I translate that as in don't work the stitches too far apart and keep them kind of loose. And so I forgot you can't carry along. I really wish we were working single crochet along this edge. I don't like the way that looks. Let's see how this is going to end, if I can get away with just fudging it a little bit. Okay, working through back loop only, make 3 single crochet. In next single crochet, working along next short edge. Single crochet in each single crochet along to within center of 3, make 3 in the center, okay? Then single crochet, back loop each slip stitch along long edge. So it's going to have us work back into the long edge single crochet or slip stitches, the back loop only. Maybe it's because they just don't want it to grow in height, but I am super curious to see what single crochet is going to look like. So I'm just going to experiment with this just a little bit. I know there are some people who get pretty furious with me and demand I change my channel name and everything if I deviate from the original pattern even slightly. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with perhaps making little improvements even. That's not me trying to sound snobbish like I'm better than the original pattern writer, but doesn't that just look kind of yucky and messy? If this is, you know, so let's see how a single crochet would look. Let's clip this or lock this. Okay, I'm just going to bring this yarn over here. And let's see what a single crochet is going to look like. Worked into these with all these colors poking through in the background. It might work out pretty good, and it might look kind of a mess, because this is what it's going to ask us to do. You know, it don't look so bad. Don't look so bad. So that's what it's going to ask us to do. And honestly, I'm not mad. I really like it. I'm glad that I practiced with it and determined, yeah, that's just fine. That lets me put in the rest of my slip stitches at ease because I want it to look nice. I don't want it to look all funky. Okay. So loose slip stitches, not too far apart. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I worked my last slip stitch into the top of this first single crochet right here. Then it said, working through back loop only of each single crochet, make 3 single crochet in next single crochet, working along next short edge, single crochet in each single crochet across to within center single crochet of the 3 single crochet group. Make 3 singles in center single, single in each single across. I'm getting sick of saying single as much as you're getting sick of hearing me say it. Okay, we can assume that they mean to work all the way to the end. All right, and then 3 singles in the last single, then single back in back loop of each slip stitch across long edge. Join with a slip stitch to first that thing. Single crochet, chain 1 and turn. Okay, so back loop only. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and right here in this, well, I'm going to go through the whole stitch. I'm going to work my first 3 singles here. Now I will work back loop only in each single across. Again, I'm saying that's got to be like a Pee Wee Herman word of the day. We have to come up with another word for single when it's repeated that many times. Like, we should just call it something else that's less annoying to hear. Because aren't S words kind of annoying to hear someone say over and over again? It's like, it like makes people feel violent inside. We should come up with another word, something that's less annoying to hear. Like, I don't know. You guys come up with a clever word down below. Something to replace the word single when a pattern has literally 17, the word single 17 times in 38 seconds, you know? Gotta be another word. And I can hear it already. UK people are like, yeah, well, that word already exists. It's called double. If you would just call it a double, it would be fine. And you know what? Point taken. Point taken. You may be onto something there. Okay, I'll be right back. So here we're going to work 3 S words. all into one stitch. That almost sounds worse, doesn't it? Oh, how funny would it be to bleep out every time I say single, so it sounds like I'm saying something, some kind of profanity, or I'm saying something dirty. Work your 3 beep right here. Make sure to finish off with a beep. No, I haven't been drinking anything. I just find certain things uncommonly funny, I suppose. I think a lot of us do. Laugh at ourselves a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to work my way down to the other end. Okay, so here I'm coming up to the last stitch, and I need to work 3 beeps into the last stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Then it said to start working in the back loop only of the slip stitches, 1 single crochet into each. So there we go. We already tested it and we know it's going to look pretty good. All right, so just work this all across the slip stitch area here, and I will be right back. Are we supposed to cut? Nope, we're supposed to chain 1 and turn. All right, I will be right back. That is how that is looking. Okay, there we go. I just went ahead and joined with a slip stitch into the top of the very first of these starting 3 singles here. And it says to chain 1 and turn. Now that's the back of the work, and you can really see that that's the back of the work. Okay. Second round, working through both loops of each single crochet. Single crochet in each here we go. All right, you know what? You got it. You got it, UK viewers. I'm going to say double. And I can't, because then I'll really throw off my US viewers, which there's a lot of. All right. Working through both loops of each single. Work a single in each single around, making 3 single in center of single of each 3 single group. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You know, these 60s and 70s patterns are unnecessarily wordy. Join as before, do not turn. Third round. Okay, so here we go. All right, so it looks like we're just going to work 1 stitch into each stitch around going through both loops. But when we get to the point, we're going to work 3 stitches into the center stitch as we had been doing. And if you don't know what that stitch is by now, well, I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up the phone. That's it. I'm done. I literally can't. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mark that one just because I don't want to get it confused. All right. So here we go. I'll come back whenever we get to the point. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and work that point together. And here we go. That is my center stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to work myself back down this way toward my stitch marker. And I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch into that stitch right there, where the stitch marker is. And this will be my last stitch right here. Okay, so there is everything so far slip stitched into this stitch here with the stitch marker. I am protesting single crochet at this point. I'm just going to call it a stitch. Okay, now it says here, third round, slip stitch in each stitch around, join and break off and fasten. Press through a damp cloth. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch into each stitch around, and I'm going to start with the very first one that I joined into. It did not say to turn, so I can only assume that we are meant to still work with the wrong side facing. Yes, did it say to turn? Do not turn. Okay, Here we go. And of course, I'm going to work these loose. You always want to try to work your slip stitches loose. All right, so all around. I will be back whenever I get back to my stitch marker, and it looks like we're going to make some cords. So any guesses yet? I mean, I think it's a headband or a headscarf. We're making cords. It looks like a little mini shawl. They're not telling us to make 2 of them, so it's not like it's a triangle purse, which would be kind of, I think that a triangle purse would be spot on for 1960s, 1970s. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? And you could do that, actually, if you wanted to make 2 of these and then sew them together and put a zipper at the top, make you a strap, or put a cloth strap on it. Boom, triangle purse. But I think we are making a headband. That's what I think we're making. Okay. Watch, I'm totally wrong, and these are, no, because there's cords. I was going to say these are like funky placemats, but no, there's a cord. Using 2 strands of melon, make a chain 12 inches long, break off and fasten. So 1 cord to each front. Yeah, for ties. This is a headband, 100%. All right, let's finish it all up. All done with my slip stitches all around. Now it's time to work the ties, the cords. And it said to use double strands, so I'm using the inner and outer strand of my skein here. And it said to make that 12 inches long, so I will let you know how many chains that winds up being. That was 12 inches? Yes. Using 2 strands of melon, make a chain 12 inches long. So I will let you know how many chains that is. So 35 chains and 34 chains, 35 chains. 35 chains put me at slightly over 12 inches. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So 34, 35 chains. And actually, I could use this last chain as my tie off, so it won't really count. And I'm going to cut a long strand for sewing. Super long strand. So there is 35 chains, but that last chain is just a tie off, so it'll be 34 chains. And now we're at about 12 inches. We're at just over 12 inches again. Okay, relaxed. We're at 12 inches. If I don't touch it, we're at 12. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to work 1 more of these. Okay, then it says here, sew 1 cord to each front corner for ties. Okay. So I'm going to fold this in half. That way I make sure I pick up the same stitch. And get a couple of stitch markers here. Okay. I'm going to work right through here and then match right through here. Okay, that's where I'm going to sew them in at. And here we go. I think my sewing, the length I left for sewing was probably a bit too long. All right, pull that on through. I have a little knot there, but that's from the manufacturer. And I'm going to go through. Here, let me bring you back down. I'm afraid I might have been off screen there a little too much or something. So what I'm going to do is come through this chain down here on this side of the chain, then on this side of the chain go back out Oh, that little knot is ugly. Come back up through. I'm just doing this willy-nilly. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. No level of professionalism. Just doing this willy-nilly. That seems good enough to me. Weave in these ends back here. Come back down through just a few of them to lock it in. And there we go. So I'm going to repeat that on the other side, and I will be right back. Yeah. And I'm also going to keep that little strand down there. I'm going to keep that right where it is. In fact, I'll reinforce it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, yes, it is a headband. Here we go. I just got the picture, and look at her. Look at her giving you that look like, yeah, don't you want to know what's under this? Look at that jawline. God, what I wouldn't give to have a cut jawline like that, but dang. So that's our mystery pattern. Let me do a try on. Let me go get one of my wigs. I have a wig that it's a human hair wig, and I ruined it by trying to style it. And now it just looks like 1970s hair. So I'll be right back. All right, so I'm wearing my wig that looks like a very 1960s kind of 70s looking wig. So perfect for this. Let's give it a go. Okay, I have a little mirror down here, so if I don't look directly at you, I'm looking at this mirror. All right. Actually, let's leave, getting in my eyes. Leave a couple of the little front bits out. Okay. Hello, Mr. Merlin. Got a lot of yuck in my throat today. All right. Let me tie this. I think I'm going to don't want to tie my hair into it. Seems a little big on me. I'm going to hold these while I pull this back a bit. I don't know. Oh no, did I use yarn that was too big? I used number 4 worsted weight, specific brand too. It looks a little bit big on me. Looks like, I don't know. I don't want to say, because I don't know. Interesting. Is this one of those 6 fails? Suck fails. Success but fail. Let's look at the picture. Okay, well, I mean, it looks big on her too. It looks big on her too, so I can't say that I'm the biggest fan, but I mean, you know what? Something like this would be good for if you had your hair up in curlers and you were running around the house. I think that would be good. Not something I would wear in public. Okay. Yeah. Oh, did I tie my wig hair onto it? I did. Doesn't hurt because it ain't real. I mean, it's real hair, but it is not my hair. Oh, and if you never got a chance to see me, I reviewed this wig on my other channel. This company reached out to me. and sent me this wig. It used to look better before I washed it and tried to style it. I made it look like this, and it looked so much better before. I wish I had never tried to style it myself, just take it straight to the beauty salon. But anyways, okay, well, that is today's mystery video. Of course, this pattern will be available if you want to pick it up. There will be a link down below. I think it's very fun and cute. I love the way she has her bangs, and she is looking so Miss Ma'am, isn't she? Yeah, look at that jawline. My God, what I wouldn't give for a jawline like that. Okay, guys. Well, that's today's mystery videos. Stay tuned for another one. I think we're going to be doing a lot more mystery videos as that seems to be what you guys are interested in, until you guys start to show less interest in them. Because I put up tutorials, they just don't get the same fervor, excitement that the mystery videos give, and I aims to please. So it'll be a lot more mystery videos. I will see you guys real soon. Bye.